So a few hours ago, they released some patch notes for title update 8.5, which is coming in early April. So I thought in today's video we would just look through them and talk a little bit about them. They also did mention that most of the people on the studio is working from home, which does have an impact on how quick things will happen. So starting off, we have some bug fixes, some graphic issues and crashes on PC. I've been having quite some crashes on PC actually, so hopefully that fixes it. They are fixing an issue with the striker gear sets, mainly with the stacks, so that's good to see, because with the gear set you just randomly lose a lot of stacks, so good to see. Fixed an issue causing agents to be unable to revive teammates. I think that comes down to the revive hive, so finally that's fixed. Then an issue with the League UI. Then we have gameplay changes. So control points can be resetted by changing global difficulty. So finally this is getting fixed. It was supposed to be in the expansion, but it didn't work. So this is gonna be so nice, just to be able to farm the same control points over and over again for target loot, for example. Then we have some more balance. Changes and yeah, NPCs. So Black Tusk's support station. So reduce tick rate of the healing. And the elite support station will only provide overheal once per NPC, so that's quite a big change. Capping the heal amount an NPC can receive from the support station as well. So that sounds like a really big nerf. Then we have the Warhounds, so increased intention icon duration to allow players for more time to react to the wind up. So I guess that's the 360 spin. I feel like I read these recently, so yeah, maybe there is some stuff in here that we already covered, but yeah. Reduce the 360 spin from Warhound minigun. Increase wind-up warning of triple shot of Warhound Grenadier. Increasing after shoot delay of triple shot of Warhound Grenadier. Slightly increasing the cooldown of moving shot of Warhound Grenadier. So I guess a lot of nerfs to the actual grenade dog. Then we have tank archetypes reactions to hive and turret. Adding more distance checks so tanks don't rush at the hive next to a player. So I think this is something I've been noticing. They can be quite far away before they actually sprint for your hive. So I guess this will fix that a little bit. Reduce threat limit so tanks don't switch targets too suddenly. That sounds good too. You can have one guy that's being focused most of the time, so that's good. Outcast with the incendiary grenades. Reduce duration and tick damage slightly. And a developer comment here. Grenades were too strong compared to other factions' grenades, and this will bring them closer in line. Then we have Pentagon bosses. Reduce the drone helicopter health and damage. Slightly reduce health and armor for Brenner. Reducing Brenner's mortar damage. And decreasing the armor of John. So just specifically for Pentagon. I haven't played that one in the expansion actually. Then we have Mortars. Reducing damage of Mortars in Coney Island. Increased delay between UI warning and explosion damage of Mortars in Washington National Zoo. Fixed general damage scaling issues with Mortars. I actually don't know if they were a huge problem in this expansion. Maybe they were. The damage scaling, I'm not sure. Haven't really noticed. Then we have skills. So the assault turret. Improving auto targeting on the turret to better prioritize NPCs it can shoot and which are close to it. The assault drone. Improve behavior to prevent the drone from becoming stuck. Improving the consistency of firing and pathing. Don't really use those, so I'm not sure. Sounds good. Just fixed everything. That's good. Sounds good to me. Poison status effect. That's something that I have felt a lot. Reduce tick interval, damage, and duration. This was definitely needed. And we got a developer comment here as well. Event with a damage reduction to enemy NPC's poison continues to be extremely strong. This nerf will elevate this further. So that's good to see. Poison is just crazy. You get hit and you're just almost instantly dead. Additionally, we are planning another update that is currently scheduled for a later time in April. But please keep in mind that we might need to adjust that schedule. We will keep you updated if there is any changes. So I guess that's because a lot of them are working from home, so it's gonna be a bit slower work pace. Then we actually do have exotic and talent changes, so this is a bit interesting. So Sawyer knee pads are getting a rework. So it still keeps that you can't get staggered, but this is the new thing right here. Increase total weapon damage by 3% each second you're not moving. Stack up to 10, and stacks are lost when moving. So I guess the way I used them was to just use them with a sniper. So yeah, I guess this will still be the case. So basically sitting in cover and you can't get staggered out of the cover and you will get damage as well. So I guess this could be interesting for a sniper build. Or any build for that matter that do damage and sit in cover. Like this with composure, pretty good combo. This exotics only provide defensive attributes and no brand bonus. So now has the potential for high damage and makes it appealing to both red and blue builds. Then we have a comment here from the devs. The old version didn't provide enough engaging gameplay. This change should help with that. I still think the Sire knee pads had some use though, but mainly for PvP, but it was kind of too niche and situational, so I guess this should definitely up the usage of this exotic. Like, you put damage like this on any item, it's gonna get used more. Then we have Imperial Dynasty, right? So that one is getting a buff apparently. Reduce cooldown to 35 seconds, down from 40. I'm not sure about this. Like, this actually does work with skill haste. So when I had a skill haste build, I had 20-second cooldown when it was 40. So this will make this even crazier. And the way this one is used, I feel like it's mainly people using it for PvP. I just think it's boring and kind of broken for PvP, to be honest. But that mainly comes down to how status effects works in PvP. I don't think status effects should work the same as they do in PvE. For PvP, they can do other stuff like reduce damage, reduced healing, slows, and so on, right? I think that's how it should work, not exactly how it works in PvE. But yeah, that's what they're doing here anyway. They want to compensate for the lack of brand bonus, okay? Then we have the Dodge City Gunslinger. Reduced charge up time to 30 seconds from 50. This is actually pretty interesting. This is quite a big buff. So yeah, using this with a pistol like Orbit for the perfect finisher, or just making a pistol build like this is a huge buff to get those one-shots in. So yeah, that's nice to see. Then we have Diamondback, which got a rework. Now grants all shots guaranteed crits for 5 seconds after hitting a mark. And then the commentary is the Diamondback is underperforming, and this change should make the bonus a bit more exciting. So this is basically how it used to work in Dark Zone at least. So seeing this, it's actually pretty damn nice. I still think the reload is a problem though, but yeah, I'm gonna test this when patch hits, I think, just to see what I think. Then we have Merciless, which is getting a buff. So from 900% to 1200%. So just more damage. Guess that's fine. Then we have Tag Team Talent, which got reworked. The last enemy you have damaged with a skill is marked. Dealing weapon damage to that enemy consumes the mark to reduce active cooldown by 6. And the cooldown on this is 4 seconds, and it does not consume mark if no skill is on cooldown. Then we have Reassigned, which is getting a buff, if you guys knew that this one existed. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of random special ammo into your sidearm. Reduced cooldown to 15 seconds, down from 20. So not a big change here really. I'm not gonna use this one, but hey, at least it's getting a buff. Tamper Proof got reworked. So enemies that walk within 3 meters of your hive, turret, or remote pulse are shocked. Arm time is 2 seconds. Increased cooldown per skill to 10 seconds, up from 5. Developer comment. Even though we are adjusting NPCs not rushing towards skills as much, this talent gives player the ability to be more lenient when placing their skills to gain the effect, without turning themselves into a grenade. So yeah, I can see what they're trying to do here, but I don't know if I want to use this talent anyway. But sure, I could see this getting used in certain situations though, but yeah. Then we have Empathic Resolve, which is getting a buff. When I saw this, I got really happy actually. So repairing an ally increased their total weapon damage and skill damage by 3 to 15% for 20 seconds. And this used to be 10. It's double the amount. So developer comment. Currently, it is difficult to keep a high uptime in 4-man content as non-tank players try to be as safe as possible and NPCs are stronger. So chip damage is less frequent. This buff also meant to make Empathic Resolve able to compete better versus the True Patriot debuffs. So it's interesting there that they wanted to compete with True Patriot. Getting 15% weapon damage for 20 seconds now, like you're gonna have 100% uptime on this skill. Like this is actually really good now. So that's good to see. I like when talents like this are strong though, especially like group talents. Then we have Creeping Death. When you apply a status effect, it is also applied to all enemies within 8 meters, up from 5 meters. So this means that the radius is 3 meters more. Like that's a pretty huge buff in terms of radius. And the cooldown is 15 seconds instead of 20. So that's quite a nice buff. And then they say, as we continue to work, we will update you with further posts and additional planned fixes when we can confirm them. We want to thank you for all the feedback and detailed reports. It helps us a lot. So to conclude it all, I'm actually pretty damn happy to see all of this stuff happening. Sure, I would like to see what they're doing with all of this stuff to happen to even more things in the game though. But I think it's great to see that they address that some talents are weaker and they're just buffing them. Sadly, there are no nerfs here. I guess a lot of people getting pissed because I say that though. But buffing and nerfing is a must for a game like this. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Like, what do you think about the exotic changes? Especially like saw your knee pads, that's pretty crazy. And just the buffs in general. I'm gonna end the video here though, but hope you guys found this video useful. And if you are interested in more Division 2 content, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you guys in the next one.